Be encouraged, be inspired, be yourself, you will survive. Just know it, just breathe it, and be it, and live your best life.
Hello to all of my motivators family. How are you all doing? Happy new month, happy new week, all of those things. Happy September to you all. I wanted to come in with a podcast for a little bit because I wanted to talk to you all about something that I feel like is very important. So, welcome to everybody. Hey, OG Brand. And hey to everybody who's in the chat. If you could please hit the like, subscribe to this channel if you're new. I wanted to say to everybody about this topic. Um, I'm not jealous. I just don't like you. This is something that I think that is very important to discuss because most people don't understand this. And we're going to go into that. So, first off, the first thing that a person will say when you stop dealing with them is, "You're jealous of me," right? I think that that's very funny that people will think when you stop dealing with them that it turns into you stop dealing with them because you're jealous of them. It really, to be honest, it softens the blow to someone's ego for them to think that you're jealous of them instead of them admitting that they need help. And some people do, they need some help. Hi, Tamika. How are you doing? Happy Tuesday. Welcome in. I hope everybody is doing well. Yeah, it softens the blow to people's ego for them to think that you are jealous of them instead of them admitting that they need help. For many people, the reason why we stop dealing with people is because they have anger issues, they're controlling, they're a liar, they're a thief, they're a jealous, they're a cheater, they're just not consistent. There's many reasons why we stop dealing with people. And this is the thing that is very important. Other people need to realize that when someone leaves your life, they leave your life for a reason. But most people don't have enough courage to be able to admit their wrongs and to admit that they need to make changes and grow up. So many people need to grow up. And I don't just mean on their side, even for ourselves, even for me. When certain relationships end, whether it's whatever the relationship that I have with people, when it ends, we have to get into finding out why is it that this relationship ended. Yes, other people may have done X, Y, and Z to us, but as adults, as mature people, are we going to be reasonable enough? Are we going to be mature enough to take ownership of what we do as well? It goes on both sides. And most of the time, as human beings, we don't want to see our flaws. We don't want to see our imperfections, our wrongs, how we can harm other people. So that's the thing that I wanted to get into talking about right now. As I said, today's topic is I'm not jealous. I just don't like you. You know, people need to realize. First, I'm going to start off by talking about family members. Family, family, quote unquote, our relatives, they will do things to us. And, you know, family brings a lot of pain, a lot of hurt. And a lot of times our relatives does things to us and it's not right. It's very negative, it's mean. And as motivated people, as enlightened women and men, we have to not have two standards in our life. We can't just think that it's only about just about them. We can't always give support. We can't always give love. We can't always give to everyone and never give to ourselves. I want to say this to all of you. Hi, Joshua. How are you doing? Welcome. I wanted to say this to every single one of you. Validate yourself. And there's a lot of times that we'll have relationships with people and they will never validate you because sometimes they never were meant to be in your life from the beginning. Just because you're born into a family, just because you're blood related to somebody, it doesn't mean that that person is a positive influence on your life. It doesn't mean that that person is going to support you, be kind to you, and help you to elevate and grow. Unfortunately, some relationships that we have with certain people, you have to sever those relationships. You have to. You have to end those relationships because it's going to bring pain into your life. It's going to bring harm. It's going to bring sadness. It's going to bring so many things that will not help you to be your best person. So, when it comes to our families, we have to draw the line. We really do. We have to draw the line and we have to show that we respect ourselves. Respect yourself enough to say, I'm not jealous of you. I just don't like you. Yeah, you can have your own blood relatives that will bring so much pain, that will bring so much hurt, that will bring so much sadness. They'll use you, manipulate you, and take from you. And then they have the nerve to say, you're jealous of me. Jealous of what? Hmm. Sometimes our relatives, they they just don't do the right thing. They just don't treat you the right way. And I don't know what it is about blood relatives that they feel that they can do, say, and treat you anyway and feel like it's acceptable. It's not acceptable to bring disrespect. It's not acceptable to, not be supportive and be kind. Um is not something that we should accept as women and as men. We should not let our relatives run over us and take advantage of us. We deserve way better than that. But remember, we're the one that has to set the standard. And like I said earlier, sometimes our relatives will say that you're just jealous of me. If you choose to pull back from them, if you choose to not support them, if you choose to not be in the same negative mindset and get involved in gossip and, just drama. When you remove yourself from drama, people want to stir up another narrative. They want to put out negativity. They're trying to throw some bait at you. Okay. Hi, Miss Lynn. How are you doing? Welcome. Happy Tuesday. I hope you're doing amazing. Shout out to all my mods. Shout out to all my channel members. If you see some of my amazing mods in blue, please go by and check out their channels. I wanted to say that to all of you. You know, pay attention to how you feel. When it comes to our relatives, right? When it comes to our relatives, the people that we are related to, we can care about them so much, but don't let it be at the sacrifice of how you feel about yourself. I think I missed a comment. I see it over here. Hi to say family. How are you doing? Welcome. I just want to say that to all of you. You know, you each are valid, okay? Each of you are valid, each of you are important, and sometimes our relatives do not come in and validate us, okay? Our relatives do not come in and support us. Our relatives do not support our mental health, okay? And we have to be the ones to be a trailblazer for change. If you don't prove to yourself that, number one, I love myself, I deserve to be respected, you will follow my boundaries or you won't be in my life. We're the ones that have to put that out there. Nobody is going to put that out there but us, you know? And it has nothing to do with jealousy. It doesn't mean that we're jealous of our relatives because we want better. It's just a simple fact that we want better, or their negativity will bring us down. Sometimes our relatives, their negativity, it's stifling you. They're the crab in the barrel. They're the one dragging you down. It's them. And it has nothing to do with you. And it doesn't mean you're jealous. It just means you want to elevate. You want to be positive. You're trying to have um, a better income. You're trying to do better with your life. You're trying to eat healthier and take care of yourself. It has nothing to do with jealousy. I really don't understand this negative mindset that people have. I really don't. Thank you so much, Miss Lynn. I really don't understand the negative mindset that relatives can have sometimes. When you're trying to do better in your life, when you want a healthier body, mind, spirit, you're trying to elevate, you're being more mature, and then you hear, you're jealous of me. I'm jealous of you because I choose to not get involved in the drama. I'm jealous of you because I choose to not be controversial or get involved in gossip and drama, or because I'm choosing to not eat unhealthy food because I want to exercise and take care of my body because I want to take care of myself and look good. Sometimes people's mindsets is not in a good space, you know. Yes. Yeah, when you stop dealing with people, it's because of their ego or being fake. Yes, that's exactly. It's exactly a lot of people, you stop dealing with them because of they're not changing, you know. When you get to be in that space, and I'm speaking to all my progressive motivators family, when you get to that space in your life where you're maturing, you're healing, you're positive, you will not accept anything less than that. And don't. Hey, Tracy, how are you doing? Welcome in. Shout out to I am Tracy Lee. Thank you so much for being here. And if you see anybody in the chat that you don't know, make sure go by, check out their channels, look at their content. And if it's your vibe, you know what to do. Hey, Realist, how are you doing? Welcome in. How are you doing? Happy Tuesday. Appreciate you being here. I hope everybody's had an amazing day. Yes. Yes, Lynn, you have decided that on your mental health is more important. And that's what I'm talking about. A lot of people just do not understand. A lot of people just don't understand that part. It has nothing to do with them. A lot of people want to have their ego stroked. They want to feel like that your moving on has everything to do with them, and it has nothing to do with them. It has everything to do with you. It has to do with, like Miss Lynn said, your peace of mind, your mental health. For me, it had to do with me elevating spiritually. I'm dealing with you. It's causing me to decline spiritually. I can't get into doing what I need to do, into being used, into being in my purpose, into having a positive mindset because they drag you down. I'm not saying I don't want peace and blessings and happiness for other people, but a person has to be in that space of maturity to want that for themselves. You can't want other people to have gifts and blessings. You could want that for other people, but they don't want it for themselves. They have to want to elevate. They have to want to grow. They have to want to be mature. They have to want to make changes. They have to want to heal from their past and not want to stay in the past. They have to want to be in the present, enjoying it. And sometimes that's the reason why you got to step away from people, because they're going to take you down a dark road, because they're affecting your mental health. They're stopping you from elevating. They're stopping you from your purpose. They're stopping you from your joy and your peace. They're stopping you from having a certain amount of money in your bank account, because you always have to bail them out because they make poor decisions, because they won't grow up, because they won't do what they need to do with their money. See, and it has nothing to do with them. It has to do with ourselves. It has to deal with you. See, this is what I want for all of my motivators family. I want you all to be in a position in your life to where you feel amazing mentally, emotionally, physically, financially, spiritually. I want for us all to elevate, to be on a high vibration, in a positive space. And we can't get there by holding on to people who are dragging you down. And I hate to say, sometimes it's your relatives, sometimes it could be your very own spouse or significant other, it could be your friends, it could be people that you really care about and love. But there's some times where you have to cut ties with people because they're stopping you from getting to your next level. Doesn't mean you're bougie or you think you're better, you think you're all that. It means that you love yourself. Point blank, period. That's all it means. It just means you love yourself. And that's it. Doesn't mean you're jealous of people. And I don't know why people always bring that out when you start doing something different. Say a person starts going to the gym. Oh, they think they're better. Oh, they think they're going to lose weight. All it is just people are just, deflecting. They're just projecting all of their fears and their doubts because maybe they want to go to the gym. Maybe they don't have enough courage. See, sometimes people will say that you're jealous of them when they see you doing what they don't have the courage to do. Mm. Sometimes it's just that, just as simple as that. People don't like when you do what they don't have the courage to do. They don't have the courage to use their gifts. They don't have the courage to end relationships. They don't have the courage to walk through fears and to be who they are meant to be. See, there's a difference. See, and when we know better, what do, motivators? When we know better, we do better. See, now we're speaking healing over our life. We're speaking peace and joy and being consistent. We're speaking happiness. And that takes a lot of courage, motivators. It really does. It takes a lot of courage to walk away from people who are not conducive to your personal growth, or people who keep you stuck in the past. Okay? There's so many people who will keep you stuck in the past. You'll never get to elevate around them. Never ever can you elevate, because they're going to keep you stuck. They're going to keep you because they're going to try to drag you down. They want you to stay down with them. They want you to stay negative. They want you to stay controlled. They want you to believe that everything is against you, the world and everybody is against you. No, everybody is not against you. Sometimes the problem is ourselves. Sometimes we don't get up and be consistent. We're not respecting ourselves. We're not listening to ourselves when we say we're tired. So, a part of our healing and a part of our personal growth is acceptance to ourselves and having enough courage to say, you know what? Paying attention to how we feel. I say that all the time. How we feel matters. How you feel matters. And so many people will never validate that inside of us. They will never validate that how we feel is the truth because they know they're not willing to make any changes. Hi, 20CH. How are you doing? Good morning. How you feel matters. And when you have people who disrespect you, don't support you, aren't kind to you, don't listen to you, always turn everything around and they make it about them because they're selfish. I know that's hard for us to process sometimes that our own friends, our own relative, your own spouse, your children, your whoever in your life, they're selfish because they don't want you to focus in on yourself. Because when we put the attention on ourselves, it takes the time away from what you will give to them. And they don't like that. No, 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 no. They don't want you to do better. They don't want you to be better. They don't want you to be happy. They want to keep you under their thumb. Some people, they love that you're in that space of negativity. They like that you're in a state of not growing and healing and being positive. There are a lot of people out there like that, and they want you to be like them. Don't give them that power over you. Okay. Next, we're going to talk about, we talked about our family or our relatives. Now let's talk about another group that will think that you're jealous of them, and that's in friendships. And now I know that people use the term friend very freely, very loosely. People will say friend, and you're really, that's not really a friend. That could be an associate or just a person that you see or know, and or somebody that you know, on social media. But everybody is not our friends. Let me start off by saying that. But when we do have friends, sometimes we can outgrow friendships, not because we're jealous of them, but because when we start to become accountable ourselves, when we start making personal growth, when we start growing spiritually, when we mature emotionally, we start seeing things inside of ourselves. We start seeing with our own two eyes, man, that's toxic. Or why do they talk to me like that? Or why do they ghost me? Or why do they do X, Y, and Z? When you start knowing better, when you start doing better, when you become more positive, when you become more mature, there's certain things that comes to the surface, it bubbles up to the top like, how long has this been going on? And it's always been there. It's always been there, but we don't see things because maybe we're unhealed. Maybe you are in a space that you weren't ready to receive it. Maybe you are an angry person. Maybe you were in a state of depression. Maybe you are going through something with your health. Or sometimes it could be that we think that we need people. This is a major issue, in all relationships. Let's learn to walk away from people that we feel that we don't need them. You don't need them. You don't need toxicity. You don't need a piece of a man or a piece of a woman. You don't need a piece of a friendship or a piece of a, relative. You need somebody who's going to show up in your life and encourage you. Show up in your life and support you. Show up and show out for you. See, and if somebody can't do that for you, we have to have the courage to walk away from them. And I'll tell you, it's the hardest thing in the world to walk away from people that you love. It's very hard. Hey, East, how are you doing? It's so hard to walk away from people that we love. It really is. It's hard to walk away from people that You know, they get under your skin. They always apologize, but they keep doing the same thing. They keep hurting you over and over again, no matter how many times you tell them what you need. See, we have to understand that certain people cannot give us what we need because they don't possess it themselves, because they don't care about us, because they're immature. There's many reasons, many reasons why people are the way that they are. And many times it's because they are immature. Okay? And we can't do anything about it. We can't change other people. Hey Blaze, how are you doing? Yes. Yes, it gets mixed up together. How are you doing, Blaze? Welcome in. If everybody could hit the like, I'd really appreciate it. Yes, so often our elevation, our loving ourselves, our walking in our talents and our gifts gets confused with jealousy. It doesn't mean that we're jealous. It just means that we're learning to love ourselves. It means that we want the best for ourselves. And do that for yourself, everybody. You know, even if other people cannot give you love, give love to yourself. Give respect to yourself. Okay? I think that's so important. Hi, Sirius. How are you doing? Welcome in. Happy Tuesday. Can everybody please hit the like? I'd really appreciate it. I wanted to say this to everybody. I don't know what you all are going through. Everybody has different situations, right? Every single person, women, men, and children, everybody is going through something. Everybody has problems and issues in one way or the other, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, financially, physically. Everybody is going through something. But the thing about this, why I wanted to do this topic today, is because I want you all to understand that you have choices that you can make. You can make a choice to walk away from people. You can make a choice to be happy, and you can make a choice to not deal with certain individuals anymore. Okay? And it doesn't mean that we're jealous. It just means that we're stepping into our own. We love ourselves. We love ourselves enough to not settle. I want to say that in this discussion, and I hope that this will resonate with someone. It will hit you in your heart and stir you to action. That you have a choice. You have a choice, Motivators family. You have a choice to choose to not stay in toxic relationships, be around toxic people, listen to negativity. You don't have to be controlled. You don't have to be like other people. All you have to be is yourself. All you have to be is yourself. Hey, James, how are you doing? Welcome. Happy Tuesday, everybody. If you could hit the like, I'd really appreciate it. All we have to do is be ourselves. You know, I always will speak about self love. And we can say that we love ourselves, but are we proving it? Are you proving that you love yourself by your actions? What do your actions show? Do your actions show that you love yourself? Do your actions show by how you treat yourself? And also, how you love yourself shows up on who you associate with, what you do with your money. How do you eat and drink? You know, your actions. How do you treat yourself? How do you show up for yourself? Not just what we do for others. Because, yes, I'm a firm believer in being kind and giving to others. But where we have to draw the line is, do not sacrifice your mental, your physical, your spiritual, your financial in order for to help somebody else. Don't give away, don't take away, don't subtract from yourself in order to make another person happy. We have to make ourselves happy. We have to be our own friend. And that's why it's so important to do check ins on a regular basis. Check in on yourself and ask yourself the question: am I okay emotionally? Am I okay mentally? Am I okay financially, spiritually? Am I okay physically? And if I'm not, why not? See, many times we don't ask ourselves why we're not in the best position because we don't want to answer the question. We'd rather ignore it. We'd rather push it in the closet. We'd rather stay in friendships and relationships and be around certain individuals and give away our money in order to show off, to seem like we're doing so good in our life and having all of these material things and being it's better to be in a relationship with somebody who's toxic than to be single. And that couldn't be furthest from the truth. If you're not in a relationship with somebody who is healthy, happy, and mature, they're going to drag you down. So, are you going to sacrifice your well being in order for you to have a particular status in this life? Don't do it, motivators family. Don't sacrifice by trying to show off on social media, trying to like, oh, I have the cars, I have the houses, I have this, I have that, and you're struggling putting things on credit cards. People do so many things in order to show like they're doing so well. I have no problem with saying I struggle. I have no problem with saying, sometimes my bills go in late. I have no problem with saying that because I know how to be honest with myself. I know my limits. I know what I can do. I know what's meant to be for me. I know what I can afford. I know who are the people who truly care about me, and I know the people who are just trying to ride on my coattails of my success. They're trying to get some of the afterglow from my shine, from my light, from my elevation, from the hard work that I put in. So many people, they want to get the they want to get all the benefits, but they weren't there when you cried, when you healed, when you did everything that you need to, when you got your education, when you went to your job, when you do everything that's right. There are always going to be people who are going to want to benefit from your hard work. They want to benefit from your healing. They want to benefit from everything that you've done, and they think that they should get all the benefits. See, we have to cut ties with people who are users in our life. We must cut ties with people who are users. And it can be on social media, it could be on your job, it could be with a quote unquote friend, it could be a relative, it could be a spouse, significant other, it could be anybody in our life. But if you have people that are around you and they are using you and taking from you, and they're never adding, they're never checking on you, they're never supportive of you, they only want you to help them. See, we must end all one sided relationships. We must end all one sided relationships. It's not good. It's not good for our physical health. It's not good for our mental health. It's not good for our spiritual health. It's not good for our financial health. We don't prosper. We don't elevate. We don't grow when we are always the giver. We cannot always be the giver. It's nothing wrong with saying, sometimes I need for someone to give to me. Some days I want an encouraging word. Sometimes I want somebody to say, oh, no, no, I'll pay. It's not that we're a user or we're a taker, but when you're a good person, you have to understand that I deserve to get to. I deserve to get supported. I deserve to get accolades and feel loved and be heard and seen and listened to. We all deserve all of that. You deserve the overflow and abundance. But the reason why people really don't like when we call them out, when we stop being around them, because they know they're not going to change, because they know they're not in that position. So They want to stir up something. They want to start some mess, hoping that you'll click on that bait. You'll take the bait and you'll go back and forth with them. Don't go there. Don't give them that power. Just leave them alone. That's the best thing that we can do. Leave negative people, toxic people, unhealed people, immature people. Leave them alone and move on and be happy. Yes, life is literally a limited time only deal. So, yes, it's the best to love yourself and to make the most out of the 24 you've been given. Yes, yes, Blaze, I agree wholeheartedly. Wholeheartedly. Hi, Miss Nancy. How are you doing? Happy Tuesday to you. Thank you so much for being here. Shout out to all my amazing channel members. Thank you so much for your support month in and month out. You all are always welcome to join my channel membership. It starts at $1.99. Yes, everybody. I want to say that to every single one of you. Know your worth, okay? Know your worth. We don't have to take the rubbish. We don't have to take the garbage. We don't have to take the foolishness. You don't have to stay in a relationship with somebody who's toxic. They don't have money. They're not going to make changes. They're always arguing with you. They're full of drama. They always are starting mess. We don't have to settle. I want you all to know that. You don't have to settle. You don't have to settle and take the crumbs that other people want to give you or the leftovers or people who only want to give you anger and drama. It's all about what you choose to receive as a woman or as a man. Do you believe that you deserve better? See, my whole life shifted when I started to speak those words out of my mouth. When I started to say, I deserve better than this. And when you know you deserve better, when people only want to give you crumbs, you know how to say, it's not that. It's not that. And it doesn't mean you think you're better. You just know better. You're just in a different position. You're in a different mindset. Your confidence has changed. The love you have for yourself has changed. You're in a different position spiritually. You're in a different position financially because you're doing what you need to do for yourself. Yes, sometimes you have to burn the bridges because we have to see the red flags. That's what it is. You have to see the red flags, motivators family. I want somebody, whoever it is, I don't know who it is, but I felt like I had to come on and do this podcast. I felt drawn like a magnet. I had to speak this message. It was a burning fire inside of me because I know that there's somebody right now that they're settling. They're just taking the crumbs. They're taking the drama. They're being used. They're being manipulated. They're being controlled. They're taking what they don't need to take. Know that you deserve better. Know that you deserve better. And when you know you deserve better, I'm telling you, doors will open for you. Blessings will come your way. Hope. You'll have peace. You'll start loving yourself more because when there's anger, frustration, drama, negativity, anger, lack of support, you cannot be in a position to grow. You cannot be in a position of peace. Okay? Yes, I believe that 100%. Yes, they sure don't believe in returning support, but we have to change that, right? We have to change that. Hey, Jessica, how are you doing? Welcome. Appreciate you being here. Shout out to you. Truly appreciate it. Yes, act accordingly it is. Awesome, Nancy. I'm glad to hear that. I hope everybody is in a great position mentally, emotionally, physically, and financially. Okay? We have to do better, motivators family. We have to do better. See, yes, We want certain things in our life, but it's all about choices. It's all about decisions. Will you make a choice to heal? I'm telling you that it's one of the hardest things in this life that I ever had to deal with, is looking at my past and not letting myself stay there. Look at your past and say, "Past, I see you. Past, you hurt me. Past, you did all of these things to me, but I'm not my past. You are not you are not defined by what happened to you. You're defined by what you do right here and right now in this moment. In this moment on today, what will you do? What will you do, motivators family? What will you do as a woman? What will you do as a man? Will you stand up? Will you keep getting up? Or will you lay down and lose? See, all of those are choices. Whether we rise or whether we fall, it's a choice. It's always a choice. I want you all to know that you're a gift. I don't know when's the last time somebody in your life has told you that, but I want to say that to someone who needs to hear it. You're a gift wrapped up in the prettiest bow. You're a gift. You're a blessing. But sometimes people in our lives don't appreciate how much of a gift we are, how special we are, how important we are, how valid we are. So if you're not getting validated, you're not getting supported, you're not getting loved, you need to move on and you need to go where you are loved. Go where you are supported. And if you don't have a place to go where you're loved and supported, then it means it's time for you to look, to find, to search, to seek where you are. See, we don't have to take whatever other people want to give us. You have a choice, motivators. You can choose to say, "You are not for me," or "This is not for me." Okay? Certain people are just not for us. And it's okay. And it doesn't mean you're jealous, it doesn't mean you hate them. But sometimes we get into spaces and we elevate and we grow, we mature, we make changes. We're not the same people we used to be 10 years ago. I hope we're not. We should always be in a forward, progressive elevation. Okay? We should always want to do better. We should always be in a position to have people in our life that will support our personal growth. And if these individuals are not supportive of your personal growth, then what do we need to do? We need to have enough courage to walk away from them. Yeah, it's hard. It really is. It's very hard to have people in our life and know that they don't care, know that they're not going to ever support us. Mm. And sometimes what people will do is they will tell us that we're jealous of them when it's the opposite. They're actually jealous of you. Mm. I have to say something. Sometimes people are jealous of our bright light. Somebody may, in this very chat, or somebody who's watching on the replay, you may have people in your life and they're always trying to put you under their thumb. They're always trying to kick you and get you down because they don't want you to elevate, because people will see the greatness inside of you and they don't want your greatness to bubble up to the surface because they know that you're going to be progressive. They know other people will look up to you. And there are certain individuals that they only want for them to get the accolades. They only want to get the attention and the support and the kudos. They want it all. So they can't stand when somebody else is saying you're amazing and you're positive, you're beautiful, you're handsome, you're strong, you're talented. People want to control us. They want to control you, they want to hurt you, and they want to keep you down. Don't let them. I feel like I need to say this to somebody. Take your power back. Take your power back. I have to admit that there were certain times in my life being in different relationships where I let other people drain me till I got to zero. Sometimes I let people get me into a negative bracket. Now I wasn't even at zero. I was at like minus 18 because I would keep letting them take and use and manipulate me, and I would let other people have power over me. I would let other people, by the way they loved me, be my estimation of the love that I had for myself. But I had to learn. We have to learn to consume love for ourselves by how we think, how we talk to ourselves. That positive self talk is important. How we affirm the love we have for ourselves, being your own best friend. And because we affirm our love, we are our own best friends, because we believe in ourselves, because we're confident women and men. That's why every time, if you hit a roadblock or a challenge, that's how every time you rise. And I want to say this to somebody who's ever hit a roadblock or a challenge. And I know many people, from so much things that has been happening in recent years, people have lost financially, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, lost relatives, lost loved ones, lost relationships, lost jobs, lost so many things. But don't let other people take more from you. Don't let people have the power over your mental health. Don't let people have the power over your finances. Don't people have the power over your physical health. Okay? Take your power back. Start doing things that will help you to be good emotionally, mentally, spiritually, financially. It's our choice whether we want to heal and elevate and grow. We don't have to stick around. We don't have to settle. We don't have to take what other people want to give us. We can want better and we can do better. Okay? We can want better and we can do better. Uh, hey, Tam Tam, how are you doing? Welcome. Appreciate you being here. Shout out to all my amazing moderators. If you guys see one of my mods in blue, check them out. Go by their channel. Yes, yes, yes. And then when we move according to their actions, they try to switch it in us like we're the ones who did them wrong. Yeah. It's just a transfer of energy. It's a transfer of power. That's what a lot of people want to do. They want to have power over your mind. People honestly want to start an argument with you because then it makes them feel better about who they are. Don't let them. Don't give them your power. Yes, it's a trip when folks need to look in the mirror. You have to look at who you are and what do I do, and not just always blame other people. Hey, Nate, how are you doing? Welcome. Happy Tuesday. Hope you're well. Appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for your support, everybody. Yes, yes. Hey, sis, how are you doing? Welcome in. Happy Tuesday. Yep, yep. Snatch back your power. You must smash, smash, and take back your power. So I'm about to put the link in here. If there's anybody who would like to um, add to this conversation, you're more than welcome to hit the link, and let's keep this podcast conversation going. But I wanted to say to all of my motivators family, nobody knows our struggle. You know, you know what your struggle is. You know what you have going on. Don't let other people who don't know you, especially people on social media, don't let social media control your real life. Don't take social media into the real life because people really don't know you. They don't know what you're going through. They don't know your struggles, your burdens. They don't know what you're going through in your day to day, and they don't care. They want to see you angry and upset and sad and crying. And some people are very dark entities. Don't give them that power over you. Take your power back. Okay? Take your power back. You have the power to choose. You have the power to be happy. You have the power to be at peace. You have that power. Okay? You have that power. You don't have to take what other people put out. You don't. You can choose to do what is good for you. Okay? And sometimes we may not know better. Sometimes we get into positions of we just keep taking what other people are giving us when we have the choice. Okay? When we have a choice, you have a choice every day to make. Am I going to listen to this? Am I going to be around this? Do I want to be around this? And all of those things. And we don't have to. And I want to highlight, I see my sis Sugar Love in the background. After I read this comment, I'll bring you up, sis. Nate says, keep yourself preserved and also keep focusing on your growth and development later for the people who don't respect it. Don't let other people take away from your power. Don't. If they don't respect you, don't give them that power over you. Let's welcome Sugar Love to the show.
Hey sis, hello everybody. And you also have the power to not like people. You don't have to like everyone.
Mm-hmm.
You have the power to say, I don't like that person ways. I don't like how that person moves. I don't like how that person acts. And you have the right. Some people have to be comfortable with that. I really don't like that person, so I'm going to stay away from them. You have the power. You don't have to like have people in your space that you don't like for the sake of what? If we know somebody is a gossiper, we know somebody always bringing you somebody else's business, they're going to do it to you. You have the power to say, you know what? Sometimes they consider that jealousy too, but they don't never want to be around me, or I never did nothing to them. But a lot of people don't see their actions. They're so comfortable, or they have gotten so comfortable with their behavior that they don't see it and others see it. And then they take that as a form of jealousy also. Not no, no. I'm like, if you really could look in the mirror and you could see how you act and you talk and you move, you wouldn't want to be around you neither. But that's another thing I just wanted to say also.
Yes, I'm so glad you said that, sis, because um that's the whole thing is that we have a choice to make every single day. You don't have to stay in relationships. You don't have to go around people. You don't have to give people your money. And you can just choose to say, I just don't like this person. And so many people won't just admit that to themselves. And it doesn't mean you're jealous of them or you hate them or anything negative. It just means that certain people are just not a person that you vibe with. And that's a good thing. You should know who you vibe with and who you don't.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Exactly. And then it's it and it's also okay if other people around the person who you don't like, it's okay if they feel like you are you like, oh, she's stuck up, or it doesn't even matter what people around them need. Like, I don't have sometimes you don't have problems with all of them, but sometimes people do run in a circle, and because you may not speak to that one person, sometimes that might extend to not speaking to a lot of people. Sometimes
Yep.
you're gonna have to just form your own path and form your own way. Because sometimes it just doesn't stop with a person. Because it's like everybody in the room, and I like everybody, but being that I don't speak to that person, they may feel like she don't speak to her, and why? And you don't have to explain yourself to people around it, because then but then they start forming their own, what you call it, Sonia? You know the word I'm looking for.
Their own opinions.
Yeah. So people start forming. It's okay if it just started out because of one person, and if it happens to extend to other people, that's okay too.
Yeah, it's okay to what I found is that it was really hard for me when I would I guess have a falling out with somebody. It's nothing wrong if you don't deal with that person anymore and then you have friends or other people who choose to still deal with them. It doesn't mean that, that other people in your circle have to fall out with them too. I'm so sick of that. People thinking because one person doesn't get along, everybody has to. No, everybody has to make their own choices. If you choose to deal with them, that's you, but I don't have to deal with them.
But sometimes you got this might be a chance you might have to leave all of them alone, right? Sometimes
Yeah.
you have to leave them all alone, and that's okay too. That's okay, you know, because usually, like if you don't like somebody, you're not gonna tell the whole, I don't like that person. Usually the more grownish way to do is to keep it to yourself and go about your life. You don't have to, I don't like her. I don't like her. Well, I don't like her. So people start, trying to figure out why you don't speak, and gossip starts, and well, she jealous of me. That's why. I never did nothing to her. Hey, Jessica. Yeah, that's
Mhm.
my little raspy voice there. Yeah,
Yeah.
but and you know what? That's okay too. You, I am too old to be sitting up there telling another grown person, I'm gonna leave you alone, all the way alone. You know how you are, and you know what you did, right? So I mean, I'm too old to do all this explaining and all it's. If this is how you are as a person, then I'm gonna start, backing up, and the next thing you know, I'm gone. I am gone. I wouldn't care. Well, what, where, and how. I have to say, sometimes you might have to be the bad guy, even though you're the good guy for yourself, but you're the bad guy for somebody. Every time you're the good guy for yourself, you're the bad guy for somebody else. And
Yes.
then when you're the good person for yourself, that's when people start making up stuff because they have nothing bad to say about you. So they start just making up stuff. But every time you choose you and you choose your life, you choose your happiness, every time it comes down to you picking you, you always become the bad person to somebody else when they cannot use you no more. They can't have access to you. You're the bad guy. So be okay to say, no, I'm not a bad guy to yourself, but you don't have to explain nothing to people. Neither. You don't have to, well, you know why? No, no, you don't have to do that. But every time, even in a breakup, even if you're breaking up with somebody, if you choose your own happiness, that's the problem, right? Like every time you make a choice and it's you're never gonna be a good guy. Nobody never understands. You know what? It's okay. If you feel no, it never goes like that. I don't even want to stick. I try not to stick around and hear none of that neither. But that's okay too. As long as you stay on your course and keep your peace, that's the main thing you have to worry about is keeping your peace.
Mhm. That's what is the most important thing in this life, and I am so tired of people complaining. complaining about their life, complaining about the person they're in a relationship with, controlling about their job, their finances, and then they don't do anything about it. If
Mm-hmm.
you don't like it, then do something about it. Make a choice to change that.
I think that like a lot of that comes with people mindset, right? It's like when I work with my kids, right? I said I don't care what type of job you get. The minute you get the job, your mindset should not be on. Let's say you're flipping burgers, right? This is an example. Your mindset should not be, oh, I'm just here to flip a burger. When you walk in there, your mind should be, I am a manager. Because then you're going to start acting and doing things managers do. So whenever it's time for that promotion, you worked for it. So if you see yourself just as starting at the bottom, if you have that type of mindset, that's what you're going to be. You might be coming in late, or you might be lazy, or you probably figure you're not worth nothing. The job is not worth nothing. No, find some place where you can grow, and your mindset should be at the top. And how do they work? How do they think? And then that's how your job performance is going to be. You're gonna outwork everybody because that's what they do at the top. You're gonna work just like them. You're gonna make yourself accessible. But people don't want to like to stay. Their mindset like to stay at the bottom. They think, well, it's a low paying job, so I'm gonna act like it. No, you're supposed to do your best at all times.
Exactly.
You're supposed to
Exactly.
go 110% for everything. I don't care what are you doing. But some people's mindset is like, oh well, it's all I gotta do. I ain't staying no overtime. I'm not doing no extra. I don't get paid for this. When you keep that type of mindset, that's why you always stay at the bottom, because that's where your mind is at. And then you get mad at somebody else who rises, and then again here comes the lie. They must have slept their way through there, or they did this, or they didn't manage. No, they was acting like a manager, and they was doing manager stuff when they was in a lower position. That's how
Yep. Or they went and they got their education. They were doing things to make their life change.
Carter has to make the show.
Oh yeah, I know. So I just wanted to say to everybody, anybody who is going through something right now, and you feel like there are people who in your life who are trying to bring you down, don't let them. Remove them from your life, or stop going around them. A lot of times we'll complain about certain people, whether it's our family members, whether it's whatever, the person you've chosen to be in a romantic relationship with, a job, all any of those relationships you can end. You don't have to go around them, and you definitely don't have to tell them your business. I hear people complaining all the time about people talking about them. How can they know unless you tell them?
Hmm. You can't keep your own secret, right? And you get mad at everybody else for telling, but you couldn't hold it in. But I noticed it's like family. Like everything is so different now. There is no camaraderie. There's no unity. Even within family, things has gotten so bad now. Like you got to be like really happy to have a friend or somebody you could call sis to, because things has gotten so bad. Like all the family now is estranged. You may speak to one or two, and that's here and there. Where it used to be a closeness. I don't even see my families. I don't even see too many family reunions anymore. You see some here and there. People don't gather. People don't support each other. Like so much is happening. Everybody is so for self. So you have to people have to be able to accept that this is where the world is at now too. Like, but if you have people, treasure. But if not, don't Like, let that make you depressed or anxious or give you anxiety or feel low or nothing like that, because that's just where the world is at now. You know, and I don't have nobody, nobody don't help me. No, stop it. Stop it. And again, nobody doesn't have to anyway. You anything that you're doing, somebody will come along, you might get help. But that's the way the life is sad. That's the way the world that we're living in now. People don't have respect for one another anymore.
Hmm. I always say like this thing about family, relatives, I should say. um it's not like how it was back in the day. Like, I mean, back in the day, I'm not saying it was perfect back then, but I mean, back in the day, like, people would get together. Like, it was
Mhm.
at least you got together on Sunday for Sunday dinner. Now it's like you don't see people for months, and if you see them, then there's going to be some fight and argument that breaks out, or some drama. And I'm just like, it's just not worth it. And that's why I
Or
say
they,
now,
or they,
and that's why I
or
say
they
now, I
see you
support I
as a
support myself.
stranger.
Hmm.
Yeah, or they see you as a stranger. I mean, things has changed. They'll talk to you, hey, what up? How you doing? You good? And I'm like, "Nah, I thought it was family, right? Remember, do you remember them? Like, wow. Even seeing some family members, I don't care. I never talk to nothing. What do you mean? It's a big family. What do you mean you don't give me to nobody? Like, like people have
Yeah,
people. I
yeah,
mean, nobody. Like, well, I don't deal with family. I'm like, I don't. Maybe, like I said, times has changed. I'm not saying everybody need to speak. And again, you cannot like somebody that could be family too. But does that mean everybody? And you don't like none of us? Like, damn. what,
yeah.
what do we all do? What do we all do to you? Right? But
You
this is
you know
what.
how you know what I feel? Honestly, I feel like people have felt this way for a long time, but I think when situations shift and change, people actually show who they have always been, you know.
Mm,
They've always been that way, but they just have been covering it and hiding it, hiding Jekyll. And what Nate said here is true. People need to learn etiquette and respect, and it's not just
that's
people
gone.
always are always demanding respect. But I always said, but do you give respect? No, you don't.
Anytime you have to keep asking for, usually you're the one that's not giving it, right? Because usually
Mhm.
you give it through your actions, right? So, hey, how you doing? Well, good morning. Well, good morning, right? I ain't got to like what people got to respect me. No, it's usually when people the ones who say that the most. I believe you the disrespectful person. Why you keep saying that? Why you keep saying that? Like, I mean,
Yeah, that's how I feel. That's how I feel too. And what Nate was saying about, etiquette. There's certain things. There's, even social media. There's certain things like don't come to social media with that foolishness, or don't go to the job with certain things. People just, because they don't have any class, because they don't respect themselves, they don't love themselves, so they'll just do anything. They'll do anything underhanded, anything evil, anything to bring harm to another person, because they don't care about anybody but themselves.
and then it's another thing that we have in common. We don't. Every time I think of it, well, we had this conversation cracks me every time. It's okay too not to speak to people every single day. Like, that's okay to gather yourself. You know, you don't have to tell people step by step every single day of your life. Have a catch up day. That's okay too. You didn't do nothing wrong because somebody constantly wants to call you every day. It's okay to not answer your phone and not answer your door.
Mhm.
It's okay.
Yeah,
Some,
it's so, and it's important for your mental health. I
Mhm.
believe 100%. All these people, like, they are so like they go crazy if they don't check their phone every 2 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
They have to constantly be scrolling on their phone. Oh, did someone call? Oh, did I get a message? Did this happen? Like they're triggered. Like they have so much anxiety because they're so hooked onto social media. Or did they get a text message or a phone call? Like it, to me, honestly, I feel things were better back in the day when we did not have cell phones.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's
And
how I
it,
feel.
it would be okay to setting some time for yourself. You don't have to. People don't always have to have access to you. Like I just spoke to you yesterday. Like what changed today, and then you won't come tomorrow. Like what? I mean, don't feel bad. And a lot of times they call you again like you the bad guy. Every time you choose something for yourself, and every time you choose, you want to have a little peace. You always become the bad guy. And then when you tell people, "Hey, this is how I am," then for some reason I don't know if they think you're lying or they don't understand. They don't understand it. Well, why you be acting like that? Well, that's how it is now. Like, don't come to me like that. Now I'm not gonna want to speak to you ever, right? But people don't understand. They got so much chaos in their life. They want to keep dumping it on you. Like, I don't want to hear that all the time. It's a time and place, right? Like you got problems every day. Somebody do something to you every day. Dang, right? Then that starts messing with your peace. Because number one, what do you want me to do about it? Or what are you waiting for me to say about it? Because now you put me in mess. I don't feel like getting into. Or they want to call you and tell you their problem. Oh, I got this bill. I got that bill. I'm doing so bad. This one ain't act right. I don't have none of them problems. Like, but like sometimes that brings your spirit down. And you're gonna have a good day, and here they come calling you, but nothing positive. Nothing. They don't even have regular. Some people you can't even have regular conversations with because it's always something. That is such a turn on.
They never have anything positive. Now I know everybody has to vent and everybody goes through situation, but
That's
like
different.
you're right, sugar. When it's the a person who only focuses on the negativity, they hyper fixate on the negatives. They never think about anything positive, like, oh yeah, today's a great day, or even saying I'm blessed. I'm grateful to be alive.
Yes.
Positive things. They will not affirm anything positive. And like what Jessica says, and also some people only see you as a competition. That's why they always want to start things. I'm not competing with anybody. I'm just being me. That's it. And some people just don't like when I think what it turn boils down to is when you get to a position where you actually believe in yourself, and then you start allowing yourself to be everything that you are meant to be, and that makes other people feel uncomfortable.
I mean, when they, and then they want to make you feel uncomfortable. Like, you gotta start. People gotta start just always getting their boundaries together. And wherever it goes, however how they feel, and that's how they feel about it. A real person will respect that, right? And a smart person will try it. If somebody got
Mm-hmm.
boundaries and they're telling me about their boundaries, sometimes I don't see it as their boundaries. I see it as, let me try that. What you say you don't do? You know what? That sounds like certain things where people say, instead of seeing the negative in it, try to see the positive in it. It might work for you too. Right? It just
Yeah.
might work. You know, don't try to see the bad in everything. If somebody say, hey, I only speak to people, this is an example, like 3 days out the week. So for 4 days, it's just them doing their hobbies or jobs or catching up on something. You know what? I do need to give myself more time because I'm too accessible to people. And sometimes people's boundaries can become yours too, because it might just work for you. People see the negative. She don't like this and she don't like that. Sometimes listen to people. Boundaries, nothing wrong with boundaries. And boundaries just doesn't just be for just for that. It doesn't just work for just one person. It works for you too. Like sometimes take people boundaries and see, can you pull something out of it? If this person I know used to be this way and now I see them being different, I'm like, I see them smiling more or more happy more, a little more positive. And then let's say, certain things they cut out of their life, like they cut out disrespect and they cut out being accessible and they cut. Maybe you should, instead of hating on people for that, maybe you should try it and see how it works. Your life may be better too. Hey,
Yes.
East,
Yeah. It's sugar love, Eastad. Yep.
I
That's
like
the.
I like them type of conversations though with people. I love to hear like stuff like motivating like conversations because everybody can get something out of somebody instead of taking it in a negative way. For me, I want to do for myself. I love them type of conversations because we only got one life, right? And if something that you can say to me that would may help improve me or something that I didn't think about, I may want to try it. But again, people have this jealousy because they don't know that they can do it too because they're so stuck in their same pattern of life. They don't want to change. They don't want to give certain things up. They think you're supposed to stay the same. They think they're not growing, you're not supposed to. Because they don't want to water their plants. They mad because you're watering yours. So when they plants and stuff is all getting all, I don't want to say that word, they're mad because yours is flourishing.
That's
Mhm.
exactly it. They don't like to see when you're healing, when you're growing, when you're prospering. Oh, and also people don't like when you're weeding because this is usually when you weed people, most of the time you're they're the person that you weeded out. They don't want to hear about that. They don't like it. They don't like to be the person weeded out. They don't want, nobody wants to be the weakest link, but that's what it is. It's what it is. So you have to do that for yourself. You have to understand when certain individuals are bringing you down or bringing drama or using you or it's just not good for your mental health. You have to know, and it's time for us to make some changes and make better choices.
It's September, like I forgot what September stands for, but it is about mental awareness and all these other things. I forgot exactly what the month of September is, but I know it is about awareness and mental health awareness and all these other different things, right? And some people don't even know they have mental issues. Again, they got comfortable with it because they figure they're functional. They don't understand, no, you're losing it. Like, go get help.
Yeah, it's nothing wrong with taking a break from other people. You have to take a break from people, whether it's your job, whether it's your relative, or it's your significant other. It could be anybody in your life. You have to take a break from other people so that you can focus in on yourself.
Yeah, and it's called growth. It's growth. I mean, some people, like I said, we've all seen it. They don't want to, so they want. That's just like people who 1 minute we was all like childhood friends. We're not childhood friends anymore. We adult friends now. We should be doing adult things. We were childhood friends, but we were supposed to be growing up, being adult friends now, and doing adult things and having changed behavior. Something.
Yes, I understand. I understand 100%. Sometimes we just have to leave people alone so that we can be okay. You know, take your personal, your me time, your self-care, and focusing on your mental health. That's what we have to do, not just sometimes. And don't wait until you get to zero before you start focusing on your mental health and your well-being. Do that every day. You should be doing something to de-stress, decompress, so that you don't just come out of a bag on other people. Because I feel like that's the thing that is the most important. Ourself. You got to focus in on yourself. So I
I'm sorry.
don't.
That's the that's the fur babies. Oh, you, that's your
I
God.
understand.
That's your God fur baby children. Your God. My son just we walks out the door. We got the baby Coco. So my son walk out the door. So every time he walks out the door or go in the bathroom, go anywhere where the door closes and he can see him, he start crying.
Yeah, I understand it. So any final words?
I would just like to say, it's whatever you choose to do with your life, you only get one. Live your life. Don't take too much time worrying about if people, worrying about people. And it's okay to not like people. It's all right. You don't have to like everybody. It's like billions of people on this earth. There's no way possible you're gonna like all of them. There is no way you're gonna like everybody on this planet Earth. So it's all right, you know. And if they start to lie on you or whatever, I try not to know because you don't hang around people that's gonna really bring you back a bone, but believe it, I'm not jealous of it. I just don't like
I know that's right. It has nothing to do with jealousy. It has to do everything with our well-being, being positive, being progressive, and knowing what we deserve. And I have to say it, some people do not deserve to have us in their life because they don't appreciate us, they don't respect us, and they just don't want to love their self. Everybody has to be their own best friend. So thank you so much, Sugar Love, for coming up. Thank you for supporting this conversation. I appreciate you.
it. And thank you for having me, sis. And thank you, chat and replay gang.
Yes, thank you guys so much. I will see you guys back on the next one. Hold on, Sugar Love, don't leave. I'll see you guys on the next one.
Be encouraged, be inspired, be yourself, you will survive. Just know it, just breathe it, and be it, and live your best life.
Forgive me, I love me. I've been blessed that I have made it through. I'm stronger and worthy. I am enough now. What about about you. I forgive me. I love me. I've been blessed that I have made it through. I'm stronger and worthy. I am enough now. What about you?